Hey everyone, welcome to this training. Today we are talking a lot about content creation versus lead generation. And I'm hoping you get a ton of nuggets of wisdom out of this training. And as we get started, I want to make sure that you guys know who I am. My name is Amy Sanders. I am the creator of this Facebook group. Make sure you comment below with your name and where you are watching from, and also what business you are creating or have created, what project you're working on, all of the things. I love knowing what's going on in your world, and it also better helps me help you in this online space. So as we get into this training, I want to give you a little bit of an just background on who I am and what I do. So I am a master certified life coach and business coach. I love coaching women on both. And so I do both, but I specifically focus mostly on entrepreneur women and showing you what's possible. In my world, I've been an entrepreneur for over 20 years. I've had a lot of ups and downs. I've had lots of failures, lots of successes, but I have, over the course of everything that I have learned, and as I've kept like plugging away and like being in the trenches and doing all the things, I have created a multi-million-dollar lifestyle. I did not marry into the money, and I had to do everything on my own. It was just a few years ago that I was a complete broke single mom. So I like to tell this story because if I can do it, you can. And all it takes is knowing the right types of strategies and the right types of things to do to get out there and create the life that you want. So I love that you're here. I love that you are watching this, because that means that you are curious. That means that you are motivated. And I love working with women who are self-motivated, self-driven women who are creating their own dream lifestyle through creating something that they can have forever. That's the other thing about being an entrepreneur, is we get to decide when we work. We get to decide if we work. We get to decide how much we charge. We get to decide all kinds of things. And there are so many ways that we can connect people on such a better, deeper level by getting out there and showing up. Now, with that said, it can be scary. It can be hard. It can feel really heavy. It can feel overwhelming. It can have all the feels, especially when we're talking about visibility and creating content and creating lead generation type posts, all of those things. So we're going to talk about all of them today, all of them. Okay. So I have some notes over here because I like to ramble. I go off on tangents. So this keeps me focused. So this training won't last for like ever, right? It will be like in a precise amount of time to get you the information that you need. So first and foremost, with all of my coaching, whether it's a free coaching or whether you are paying me to be your coach, I do a lot of deep work around thoughts and making sure that you're in the right headspace and you are changing the beliefs that you have probably had your whole life about business, about money, about all of the things. Because if you believe something is hard, if you believe something is not working for you, that is the energy that you are putting out. And if you are putting out that energy, that is what you're going to get back. You think you're getting crickets, guess what? That just tells you that you need to do something different. But also, if you make it mean something about you, it can keep you from making money at all or more money. So with that, we're going to dive right in. First and foremost, I am going to debunk some myths about getting out there with lead generation, content creation, all the things. And the first one is that you do not need a big audience to make good money. A lot of people think that you have to have thousands and thousands of followers. You don't. All you need are the right followers. You need to have the right people that are listening to you and the right people that you are attracting into your world. You can make a ton of money with just a few hundred followers. I promise you. Also, that whole thing out there where you see people with thousands of followers, a lot of times they aren't even making any money. I know multiple friends of mine who are influencers who have thousands and thousands of followers, and they are not making any money. What they get is some free stuff sent in the mail sometimes. That does not really change the needle or move the needle in your bank account. You might look really cute in clothes, but I don't know, for me, I'm like, so what, right? You have to have a good offer. You have to know how to put yourself out there to attract those clients to you. So for me, the way that I bring in money is between me and my assistant. That's it. There's two of us. You don't need a large when you're starting your business, or even if you've been in business for a while, you don't need like a huge, large network where you're paying tons of people either. That's another thing that a lot of people think in order to be successful. We have such powerful tools right now with Reels and TikTok and lives and all of the different ways that we can connect to our perfect target market. We have all of the things that are actually free. It's an amazing time to be in business, but we do have to use them correctly and use them to work for us instead of against us. And there are a lot of different things I can say about that. And I will say some here, and then I'll save some for another training, because that's a whole different, there's tons we can say about that. So the difference between lead generation and content creation is huge. This will help you in your business. So as I keep going, I want you to understand that I could pay, or I could charge you money for this training. Absolutely. I am going to give you all of the things. Absolutely. I am not, but I want you to treat this like a training, as if you have paid $1,000 for this training. I want you to take notes. I want you to let it sink in. I want you to really think about how this applies to your business and what you can do, what you can tweak, what you can change to move the needle forward in your business. Okay. So lead generation is how you're going to bring people into your world. Content creation is nurturing them. That's the difference. Okay. And you do need both. You need a way for people to be coming to you, and you also need a way to warm them up and get them ready to buy from you with your offer. Okay. So content creation is all about nurturing. It's giving them information. It's, as you build your audience, you're giving them what they need so that they keep following you. You're showing them that you're interesting to follow. You're showing them that you have what they want or need. You have that solution. That's what it is. The problem is, this is where most people live. You content create, and it can feel very, very overwhelming. And it can also feel redundant, and it can feel like that's all you do. You're always creating new content. It can be exhausting. And so what I like to teach is use all of the methods. Like, if depending on where you are at in your business, this is going to look different, but use one piece of content everywhere you can. Try and repurpose it anywhere that you can, so you're not recreating all the time. Okay. Make that content piece work hard for you. But also, not just creating content, you need lead generation. When it comes to content, I'm going to give you a few tips and then we'll move into lead generation. Okay. Content creation is all about being consistent. If you are just getting started, I don't want you to overwhelm yourself by saying, I'm going to create 5 reels and five stories every single day and 5 reels every single week, and I'm going to do a post, whatever. Like, if you start to bite off more than you can chew, you will burn out, and you will burn out quickly. Okay. So what I want you to do is pick what works for you and then just stick with it. In time, when you have gotten comfortable with that, add more. What I mean is, live in one place. Are you on Facebook or are you on Instagram? Do you like to create reels or do you like to create TikToks? Are you good at YouTube? Whatever it is, pick one social media avenue and stick with it until you feel like you're a pro. Then you can add more. Okay. But when you're nurturing potential clients, you want to make sure that you're very consistent. Consistency is key to success. You can't just pop in, hey, here I am, and then you go away. When you go away, all of those metrics and all the things we're always trying to work for us will start working against us. We want it to work for us. Okay. Also, when it comes to your content, you want to make sure you're creating content that is unique to you. You might see some posts that really resonates with you. If you choose to make something similar, make sure it's similar, but it's from your heart. You're putting your energy out. You're not just copying and pasting, because I'm a huge believer in energy exchange. And when you are just copying someone else's stuff all the time, you can feel it. The person who's seeing it can feel it because your heart is not in it. So every time you create a piece of content, make sure it's something that your heart is in and that you're excited to share, because that's the energy that you're going to portray and you're going to put out into the universe. Okay. When it comes to your stories, I want you to create an acronym right now, like where you just write story down, and I'm going to talk about each one. So when it comes to stories, stories are very hot right now. And what you ultimately want to do is be on them enough to where when your ideal client opens up their social media and say they're on Instagram or Facebook, whatever, wherever they are, say Instagram, your little bubble is at the very top because they see your stuff all the time. You're interesting and you're posting frequently, so your algorithm is up when it comes to them. They're consuming your information. If you are not consistent, then that will go down. It's not what we want. Okay. So S stands for share your life. Now, you don't have to share all of your dirty laundry. You don't have to share all of the things, but if it's interesting and if it's you, share it. For instance, I'm very into fitness. I run marathons, got all those medals back there. Oh, and all my love notes. Look how cute that is for my family. Side note. I run marathons. I do all kinds. I hike a lot. I do a lot of activities that are outdoors, and I'm very into fitness. So my life does show some of that stuff because that's me. I also drink a lot of water, so I'm always drinking. That is me. I have a really cute dog. I show my dog. I'm a stepmom and a mom. I have 7 kids. Those are me. So I post about those things. I love interior design, and I love, I point outside like you guys can see. I love landscape. So I have a really beautiful yard. Sometimes I post about that and my favorite plants. Those are me. So I want you to think about what is you. Share your life in a way that people want to consume it. Okay. And you don't have to share everything. Share the things that are on your heart that you feel like are helpful. And that's it. T is teach your tips. What are the tips that you want to teach the world that you are good at teaching? Teach those things on your stories. People will consume them. O stands for offer. Your offer, you are always talking about it. If you have an offer, people should know what it is because you are talking about it often enough to where they know what it is. If they do not know what it is, you are not talking about it enough. When you do talk about your offer, make sure you're talking about it confidently and that you are very excited about this offer, because if you are not excited, they will also not be excited. Always talking about your offer. R is repurposing content, which we have already hit on. You're repurposing things everywhere you can. So if you make a post, turn it into a story. If you have, I know that with mine, I can have my Instagram that posts right to my Facebook, so I don't have to double do it. Set that up. Do all the little things that you can. You can also take a post and put it into an email. You can put a post into a podcast. There's all kinds of different things that you can do to repurpose, depending on where you are at in your business. If you don't have some of these things set up yet, that is okay. Don't worry about it. Do what works for you right now. And just know that Rome was not built in a day. It's brick by brick by brick. So you do what you can with what you have, but be consistent. Okay. Y stands for yestimonials. Everyone loves social proof. And so you need to show them your social proof, which is your yestimonials, people that are saying yes to you. Now, if you're newer, you might be saying, well, I don't have any. Then go coach some people for free, go give them some free product, do something in return for a testimonial that you can then post about. People love to see that you are who you say you are and that you can get them the results that you say that you can get. So make sure you are also posting those. Another difference between content versus lead generation is that content takes a lot of time. And that's why a lot of people get burnt out and they put so much out there and they feel like they're not getting anything. A lot of times you're posting so much content, but you're not actually sending them somewhere to your offer. So with your content, everywhere that you can, send them, have something that's like some sort of call to action. Send them somewhere, send them to your offer, send them to your website, send them to, tell them to create or comment below. You're trying to get them active, right? Send them to your DMs. Just make sure that you're sending them somewhere and then you're repurposing so you don't get like just overwhelmed with all the content. Now, when it comes to lead generation, it's very different, especially organic lead generation. So organic lead generation is basically copy and paste the majority of the time. Basically say, hey, I have this thing, do you want it? And then people say yes or no, and then you send them this thing. I'm going to give you some examples. So what if I could show you how you could get 100 leads every single week by copy paste? Sounds good, right? Of your ideal client, would you be closing more clients? If you had 100 leads coming in of your ideal client, would you be closing more clients? Hopefully your answer is yes, because it should be yes. So an example of lead generation, by the way, my computer's moving very slow. I hope that it's okay. I've had a lag with my internet all day today. So an example of lead generation is, I'm looking for 5 women who want to drop 5 pounds in the next 2 weeks. Who's in? So you might post this in other people's Facebook groups. You might post this on your Facebook profile. You might post this in your own Facebook group. You're posting at different places and you're seeing who raises their hand. When they raise their hand, you then warm them. You bring them into your world, either send them a message, send them to your Facebook group. For me, I'd send people to my Facebook group and then I do trainings in it. Just depends on what works for you. And everybody is different. Everybody's business is going to look different, and that's okay. You're going to build this how you want to build this using simple strategies. Okay. Another one is, I'm looking for 5 women who are ready to scale to 10K in the next couple weeks. If that's you, comment below. They're going to comment, they're going to raise their hand. Then you're going to go to them, you're going to nurture them, you're going to bring them into your world. Here's another one. I'm doing a free training in how I left my job and work from home, making 10K months and beyond. Comment below if you'd like to join. I want to go to the free training. Same thing, right? People raise their hand, they comment below, you bring them into your world. Now, when it comes to lead generation, there's going to be some like testing. This worked, people raised their hand. This didn't. So you switch the words a little bit. This works, this didn't, this doesn't work at all. You kind of keep shifting and shifting and shifting. And that's the work that we do within my containers, is we work a lot with the language and shifting things and changing things to make sure that things are flowing and working well. But once you get them, here's the key, okay? Once you get all of these leads, you need to hold them loosely. Hold them loosely and nurture them. Just because they came into your world does not mean that they are ready to buy now. It might not be that they're ready to buy tomorrow or next month. Maybe it's going to take a year, but you hold your leads loosely as you nurture them with your content. You bring them into your world with lead generation, you hold them loosely. Okay. For me, I literally think you're crazy if you don't work with me, because when it comes to me, I'm very, very confident in what I do. I have been around, I've been around in the entrepreneurship world, right? I have created multiple businesses. I've created a multi-million-dollar lifestyle. So I do think you're crazy if you don't work with me, but that's how I show up. That's how I show up in my energy, with my value, all the things. I want you to show up the same way. So you will say you're holding your leads loosely, and then you're giving them your offer. And you're saying, do you want it or not? And they will say yes or no. Yes or no. If they say no, you still hold them loosely. It does not mean you're not friends. It does not mean that they're not going to buy tomorrow. It does not mean they're going to buy today. Whatever, who knows? We don't know if they're going to buy. We don't know if they're ever going to buy. In fact, there are people that are going to tongue twister, going to continue to watch my content. They're going to continue to watch my free stuff, and they will never buy from me. And that is okay. Because if I'm being true to myself, I know that I'm still in service and I'm still helping people. I also know that I might not be your vibe. Or you might not have the money right now, and that's okay. That's also, all of it's okay, because everyone is in their own world, their own journey, doing their own thing. But my whole point is, you nurture the leads, you give them your offer. Now, some are going to say yes, some are going to say no, some are going to say not yet. But you always go for the no's. Some people will pay you immediately. They'll find you and pay you immediately. That's like the best. That's what we love, right? Other people will take a while, and that's okay. I want you to think about the last time you bought some sort of course or product or something, how long before you actually bought? People usually buy the same way you buy, the people that are attracted to you, because you energetically move the same with your money, with your relationships. A lot of time there's this like energy to where you really do stay in the same type of space. So how you buy is most likely how your dream client will buy. Lead generation only works when you use the right language. And so you need to make sure that you are talking to your ideal client. You know their pain points. You know what they are struggling with. You know what they want. You know what they wear. You know where they hang out. You know all of the things. My dream client, I literally have a name for her. Her name's Kelsey. Kelsey's my dream client. I know what she looks like. I know where she likes to hang out online. I know what she likes to do at home. I know what she likes to wear. All of the things. You need to be very, very detailed. Okay. Now, if you are here, you're probably here because you found me somehow, probably through a lead gen post where I was doing a free training, or I asked you if you wanted to be in my Facebook group and you said yes. So now you're here and now you're watching the training. That is the same type of thing you can do in your business. Okay. I want you to ask yourself, when was the last time you put yourself out there and asked someone to say yes to you? When was it? Think about it. Okay. The next thing I want to bring up, I think is really important, is when you're talking to your ideal client, don't talk about fluffy stuff. Be yourself. Be straight to the point. Tell them what you're offering. Talk to them like you are their friend. Don't be fluffy. Nobody likes fluffy. One thing that's like my pet peeve about trainings, there's so many trainings out there that you can be watching and doing where they lead you on for so long and you come away without like much information. You're like, I just spent an entire hour and I don't know if I got anything out of that. I hate those kind of trainings. So in my trainings, I try to give you like girth. I try and give you like real stuff where it's like, okay, you have the stories sent in them. You can now like go to work and make sure that you're doing all those things in your stories. That's just a piece of things that you can do. Also, the difference between content creation and lead generation, they're very different. Are you doing both? Are you nurturing and bringing new people into your world? Are you doing both? I want you to come away with things. So not fluffy. And when you talk to your client, don't say, I'm going to give you more confidence. Why do they want confidence? Ask them that. Why are they struggling with confidence? Get a little bit stickier, get a little bit like deeper about it. Peel off the layers and talk to that person. She wants confidence because she lost it, because she doesn't associate with people anymore, because she's a stay-at-home mom and she's lost her identity. What does she want? Think about it. People don't like, a lot of things I see lately too is like, click here for more happiness. Okay. People want to be happy, but why? Like, what do they think this happiness is going to get them? And why are they not happy? Like, really dig a little bit deeper, see what you can unpill, and then talk from that space. Be specific. What are you offering them? In your lead generation, an example I have is 30 days to cash in clients. That is a program that I actually have. We'll talk about it in a second, but it's named for the results that it gives. 30 days to cash in clients. Do you want more cash in clients in 30 days? People know what it is. So is your offer saying the result? And do you talk about it? Do you talk about enough? Also, when you are creating these offers and you are putting yourself out there, a lot of people want something, but they don't know what they need. And what we do is we follow up with what they need. We're like, here, you need this, but they don't necessarily want that. And so what they want, like 30 days to cash in clients, people are like, oh, wait, yeah, I want that. I know what it is. But then behind the scenes, you're going to show them how to do it. Does it make sense? People want to lose weight, so you'll lead with that. But behind the scenes, you're going to show them what they actually need to do. And when it comes to all of these things, whether it's relationships, losing weight, making money, all of these things, there's mindset work that has to happen. You have to shift things in order to step into that next version of yourself. And in order to slough off the stuff that's keeping you stuck, you need to shift into a higher, like up leveled part of you, like a new embodied experience to, what am I saying? To be that person that can attract that, right? Okay. So, how can you offer them the result in the easiest, most possible way? Think about that. How can you offer that to them when you're in your lead generation and you're creating something really quick and easy, copy paste? How can you offer it to them in the most simple language? People do not want to know about the work they have to do. That's going to overwhelm them. They just want to know what the result is that they're going to get. And then they can decide if they want to do the work, right? Results driven. A lot of times what I see is when I'm working with clients and we're going through things and I'm looking at their copy, or I'm like back looking at their products and all the things that they offer. They're like, in this program, there's 50 worksheets, there's 95 videos, it takes 2 to 3 days, 5 hours a day. And that's what they're leading with. Look at all the stuff that's in my program. There's all this stuff in my program. And it can overwhelm people. What they want to know is what that program is going to do for them. They don't want to know everything that's in the program. They just want to know what it's going to do for them. And with program, it can even be like one-on-one coaching. So, okay, what is that going to get me? That's what they want. They want to know the result, and then they can make that decision. And think about it. When you walk down the aisle, I give this analogy a lot because I think it really sticks. When you walk down the aisle of the beauty aisle, everything is like within X number of days. In 30 days, whiter teeth. In 30 days, brighter smile. In 30 days, less wrinkles, whatever it is. When you drive down your freeway, same thing. Like you look at the billboards, everything is results driven because results driven is what sells. It's called marketing. Okay. As you create this, make sure that you're in your own integrity and your value is there, and that you are very proud of what you are offering through your content, through your lead generation, because people will feel that. Again, that's an energy exchange. People will buy from you because of how you make them feel. And that right there is probably the most important thing that I will say in this training is people don't buy because of all the stuff and all the details. They buy because what they think it's going to get them. And when it comes to coaching or when it comes to online marketing and that kind of thing, they come to you and they buy from you because of how you make them feel. How are you making them feel? Do you believe in your offer? Think about it. Be the leader that you want to be. Be a high integrity human that people are attracted to and that people want to say, hey, here's my credit card. I'm so excited to work with you. I'm also, a business owner and I have people that work for me. So sometimes I get a little confused. So in closing, I want you to ask yourself a few questions. Number one is, as you're creating your offer for lead generation, I want you to ask yourself, what else does the client need besides just feeling better? Sell them that thing. What do they need besides feeling better? Figure out what the person wants right now. How can you deliver that? Selling is not just a solution to a problem. You're solving that problem for your client. I don't know if I said that very clearly. I was reading a little bit. Okay. So as we close today, I want you to make a commitment to me and to yourself that you are not only going to do your content, but you're also going to start adding in some of these techniques with lead generation. If you are confused and you're not really sure how your stuff is landing, your lead generation, no problem. I actually have a very inexpensive program that teaches you all of the things. And if you want to take advantage of that, I would highly recommend you do. So I have within my coaching programs, I have one-on-one coaching. I have like a higher ticketed program that's amazing. Clients on repeat. Seriously, it's so good. But this one is only 333 for a Zoom call with me to go over your information. I'm going to go through it and help you identify where your sticky spots are, where things are not really driving. And you are going to get so many things. Let me just read them because I will not remember. You are going to get coaching worksheets. You are going to know how to price your offer. You are going to understand how to get into the mind of your ideal client. You're also going to understand where you are stuck with your own money blocks. You are going to understand how to talk to your client. There's 250 Facebook groups that you can post in. There's all kinds of things. That's just a few. I'll put the link below. But most importantly, you are going to know how to move forward. This program I can literally charge $1,200 for this program. Easy. It is 333 for the next 72 hours. 333. So easy. And there's also a payment plan if that doesn't work for you. So if you are ready, then I would say go now. Now, the first 5 people who join this program, I'm actually going to give a personal one-on-one 30-minute coaching session. The Zoom call with me is going to be in a group format. This one will be one-on-one. So if you want some one-on-one coaching with me, then don't delay. Make sure you purchase now. If you have questions, you can DM me and I can answer those questions, but it should be self-explanatory with the link. So hopefully you jump in now. It's an amazing program. I hope you enjoyed this training and I will see you in another training. Bye.